Okay, so we are given a triangle, which is an equilateral triangle. And what that means is this leg, this leg, and this leg, they're all congruent. And equal angular, which means this angle, and this angle are all congruent. Meaning all legs and all angles are congruent. So from there, it is asking us, use this to show how to derive the side ratios of a 30, 60, 90 special right triangle. So in this situation, what we can do is we can draw an altitude. That goes down the middle. Let me draw a better one. Okay, an altitude goes from the vertex and extends through the opposite side at a 90-degree angle. Right here, which is 90-degree angles. And this also forms a perpendicular bisector. And what that means is it breaks this line into two equal lines. And we can write this as, we can label this A, B, and C. And we can label this D. So what that means is it breaks BC into BD and CD. And since we know that, we can come up with the idea and try to find the side ratios for the other two sides. So we know that x, we already have x. So let's say let BD equal x. And that way we can have a variable for this length when we're coming up with it. And we can write if BD equals x, then we can write then AB equals 2x. And this is because if we know that in the beginning all three of these sides are equal, and if there's a perpendicular bisector and it breaks it into two even parts, then BD is 1/2 of what AB would be. So that's why we can say AB equals 2x. And then since we have that side ratio, we only need one more. So we're trying to find AD at this point. And what we can do is we can use the Pythagorean theorem. And that is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So we have the hypotenuse, which is 2x. And if we square that, and that's equal to x squared, which is BD, plus AD squared. We don't know what AD is yet, but we're going to find that. And then we can combine this and make it 4x squared equals x squared plus AD squared. And we have to get AD by itself, so we can subtract x squared. And we can make that 4x squared minus x squared equals AD squared. And that becomes simplified 3x squared equals AD squared. And from there we have to get AD by itself. So if we can take the square root of AD squared and do that on both sides. And we get AD by itself over here. And that would be set equal to x root 3. And since we figured that out, we now know that a side ratio for that side is x, whatever that is, times root 3. And now we can write the side ratios as a 1 to 2 to root 3.